Oh, okay. Up to him. Right here, guys. Everybody looking straight ahead. Thank you.
Lovely Oscar, the Australian one. I think there's a little bit of a romance going on between the two of them.
Oh, I like how this is playing out.
Yeah, they play together. It's a very big week, and it's been really, really tragic to see the death of that wonderful woman, you know, who is such a compassionate campaigner. And just to see, I mean, there are things about Europe that worry me. There are trade agreements. This horrible TTIP agreement is a terrible thing. I don't know why Obama's backing it. It gives corporations the right to sue us if we change our minds as a people. It's not democratic. But on the other hand, all the guys who are backing separation are so awful about refugees, and they're all rather nasty businessmen, like Rupert Murdoch. So it's a very complicated issue. But I think, like here in America, there is a real anger and a loss of identity. People don't know who they are, and they feel betrayed by the governments who have really sold out to business too often and too long. And so you're seeing some rather nasty characters, like Mr. Trump, in my opinion, and in England also some nasty characters being promoted just because people are angry. They don't know who they are and what's going on. But these big businessmen, they ain't the answer. You know, we've got to get together, I think, more. All the refugees, the refugees are climate change refugees. You can't be making wars like England and America are, and then throw up your arms saying we're not going to accept any refugees when you bomb their countries with depleted uranium. You asked me a question that's not the right one to ask me tonight.
No, I appreciate your answer.
But anyway, there's my answer. It's a personal question for people.
I want to stay in Europe. With all my heart, I want to stay in Europe. I think it would be disaster. We've had peace in Europe for 70 years, and there's a lot of right-wing factions building up all over, and it's very important that we stick together. And we're a global economy now, and we're a global world, and can't afford to go back to being a little England anymore. We've got to join in and learn to join in.
Thank you very much. I got a good one with Spielberg. Yeah, you got it right. A good one with Spielberg. Good.
Yeah, I don't want us to leave the EU. I feel very strongly about it. I don't think we should, and I think it's you know, that is my belief. I think it's been a really important thing. I identify as European as much as English, and always have, and I think that's very important.
And everyone was very welcoming, and mostly Steven actually just made everything very easy.
And what was it like working with Ruby? She's new.
I mean, I'm really torn about this because I've always thought my job is to do my job. I'm not a politician. I'm not a spokesperson. But on the other hand, I do appreciate that things I say might get to people or might influence people, and I think, you know, when things get really confusing like they do now, and you have a lot of people who are frightened and confused and not seeing things clearly and not, you know, and things are not communicating well, then yeah, I suppose you do start wanting to speak up.